All right, guys, welcome back. It is 9/11 today. We want to pay tribute to everybody that lost their lives on that tragic day. Also to all the first responders that were there on site, and also a lot of them lost their lives, unfortunately. But we want to pay tribute to everybody and all our first responders still today. They put their lives on the line every day. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was across the street in the office. My buyer was at the auction. It was auction day. And he went to call me and said, hey, he was just stuttering and he's watching the TV and there's a bunch of ruckus in the background. Everybody had gone into the lobby of the auction to see what was happening live on TV. We had no idea. I mean, I probably didn't even have a computer in the office back then. So we didn't have anything. There were no alerts on your phones. It was a different time. So for you guys that are watching this that aren't from that time, it was a very big different time. But we did have a high-top custom conversion van sitting right in front of the office, and me and my dad, which were the only two people there, went outside and got in the van. It had an old boomerang antenna, so it would pick up like 6, 8, and 12, which are our local stations, and we were able to get the news on and watch it. My mom was at Philip Morris at the time, and she was able to watch it as well. Everybody was just huddled around a TV. It was a crazy time in our world. Crazy to think back on. AJ said he was 5 years old, so that was a long time ago. But we want to pay tribute to all those, like I said, that lost their lives, all those that were there responding, all those that risked their lives. Thanks for all you guys do, and thanks for all y'all first responders do today. We have the police officers stop by here all the time. We hook them up with T-shirts, give them a little spot to hang out. Our fire department guys, rescue squad guy. I mean, everybody that's from this community, we're very friendly and friends with and support. Matter of fact, there's an event this weekend that we support for burned children that the first responders and the fire departments around here put on. So we try to support it all. Thank you guys for all you do. It's a huge, huge thing, risking your lives for others. So on to the busyness of the day. It's already been a busy day. As you can see, lots of stuff cleared out of the showroom. I just did a very thorough video on this 76 where I actually climbed underneath of it for some great information that people needed. Got all the specs about the motor, the transmission, the differentials. Probably go get this one out today and wash the dust off of it. The big 1-ton short bed truck. Had a lot of short bed calls. Go outside real quick. Purple Chevrolet is getting ready to head down to Daniel and Brian. We'll get the Volkswagen out today and get it serviced. Got to pick up the white Lamborghini from the exotic dealership service shop. This truck will get a couple little finishing touches, but this one is online. So if you haven't seen it yet, it is for sale. And this light's gonna kill me, so I'm gonna be a little squinty here for a few minutes. Blue Chevrolet guys scheduled to come into town this weekend for that one. And in here, tons of madness is going on. The crew cab red and white truck now has all of its doors open and closing. The handles are working. David worked on this truck all day yesterday, pretty much just on the doors. So if you guys don't understand how much effort goes into one of these trucks that was already a ready-to-go truck, it's incredible. So he's been inside each one of these doors, getting the levers right, getting the windows working right, getting the adjustments as right as possible, getting the latches working. Simple things like putting these on. Most people don't even know that those are supposed to be on there. They make the door close right. He's got some pieces for the door panels, window cranks, the dashes apart, getting the gauges right. Then it's going to go to the stereo shop. Then it's going to go to the AC shop. Then it's going to go to the off-road shop. So it's still got a lot of places to go. He took a crazy amount. We still got to pump those tires up. Of course, we took the grill out. We're going back with a factory grill. I think I've already told you guys that. But you can see how clean this truck is behind everything. So when this truck goes together, the AC components put in, the brackets are in, the parking lights are in. All of this was finished really nicely. He's going to adjust the headlights out. So it's going together really well. Pieces everywhere that he took out. Crazy. Here's just some of the wiring and lights and other crap. Not that that stuff's not cool, but it's not really necessary on a square body. If you guys want to add some of that stuff, great, no problem. But we try to make them as air correct, clean, and all this stuff does is get hung up. If it gets a short, it kills the battery. This truck had an extreme battery draw, so we're getting that fixed too. The Project Red auction boo-boo truck is getting hubs, a couple other leaks fixed, some other problems taken care of today. We got a couple property purchases I've got to go to the attorney about, get that all squared away. Old rusty faithful Blazer needs to get photos because we've once again changed the tires and wheels. And I think we're gonna go ahead and take the steps off. And now it's kind of not old school anymore. We're gonna get the Fall Guy truck out. I've got a customer who wants a driving video, even though we already have 2 or 3. For some reason, he wants one on the highway, which is fine. We do have one already, but we're gonna take another one because I don't mind driving it. We gotta rearrange some stuff in here. Suburbans are out. Daniel and Brian have the red Suburban. I'm not gonna tell you quite what we're doing, but that one is in the shop, in the bay. That'll be a surprise. If you guys are shopping Suburban, you really need to look at this one. 3/4 ton, very, very nicely done truck. One local owner until recently. Fresh motor, fresh paint, and the purple short bed. So, this truck's been sitting to the side for a little while. Now it's ready to go down. The things that are gonna happen are, and we went over it a little bit yesterday. Oh, move this way. Just push me where you want me. So we're gonna do a different tire and wheel. We've got something picked out for that. This truck's sitting on an 8-inch all-spring lift. Super old school show truck from the 80/90 era. This is actually a 70s model truck with a 90s front clip. Gets real confusing because the front end at 89 to 91 is different than the 87. But anyway, the truck is purple, not for everybody, but it's got a decent interior. It's got a sunroof. It's got good bones. After looking it over yesterday, we found a couple things like the sway bar. Somebody didn't get the proper bracket, so they welded some nuts. It works, it got by. Not good for today, not good for us. We're gonna be changing that. But we did realize it's got a lot of nice polyurethane bushings. Somebody took the time to actually paint each bolt, so that's pretty neat. 10 bolt front end, 6 lug truck. It does have the proper steering corrections. We put some bump stops on it. I would have guessed this truck probably had some bump stops, but they probably pretty much got old and probably rotted off. The rubber gets old. We're gonna check out the shocks. Drive shafts look good. We're gonna shake everything down on the rack. Changing the front bumper. It's got a roll pan in the back with the exhaust coming out, which is pretty cool. The tailgate needed some adjustments. That's working good now. Just some lube and some adjusting. That works great. Fuel gauge was not working. That's working now. Just a few little punch list items that we got knocked out over the last few days. Got to get the clip for this. These actually work, which is pretty neat. And for those who don't know, this is a Blazer or a Suburban. Probably a Suburban more than likely. I don't ever remember a Blazer having power mirrors, but correct me if I'm wrong, as always. But Suburbans did have this style mirror. Very unusual. This is what we would consider like an OBS mirror for the new body style that came past this truck. But they are right here. They're kind of awkward looking, but when they're color matched, they're sleek. And it also allows you to have power mirrors. And it's very crazy. We have 2 right now that have that. The tan one has it, but let's go over there and I'll show you. So we have a lot of people comment that this is not even a factory mirror. It is a factory mirror. It's on a factory Suburban. That's the way it looks. Now here's another Suburban. This is what you guys are used to. You can buy these mirrors at Advance Auto Parts. I don't know that you could even buy those mirrors. I don't even know how you'd look them up. I don't know how they would find them. This is the mirror that you can buy from Napa, Advance, LMC. You can buy it anywhere you want. This is what the square body trucks, the Suburbans, the Blazers, pretty much everything had this style mirror. That's pretty rare. And for us to have two sitting here is pretty unusual. And this Suburban here too, guys, not a bad truck. Old gentleman truck, used it for the beach. It's got a little bit of rust as you see in the videos, but that's still a great truck for the price point. So that's where we're at this morning. I'm sure I forgot some things. Christian's checking in some vehicles for the website. We bought 2 or 3 things overnight. Hopefully one of them will get shipped in here because I actually had my buyer there super late dealing with that one. We'll wait. Another international of some sort is coming. Very rare. I'll leave it at that, but that should be here soon. So, are we good on time, AJ? All right, let's call it. We'll get some more content to you guys shortly. Thanks.